Excuse me. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the lazy, crazy, hazy days of summer. It's 80 degrees and 725 anti-meridian, and it's going to be up there today. It's going to feel like it's 100, I think, or over 100. Already kind of does. But guess who's not complaining about that? Guess. You want to guess? Anybody? Raise your hand if you have a guess. Oh, yes, you, sir, in the front. That's right, me. I'm not complaining. Know why? Because I complain about the cold. I don't complain about the heat. So there you go. We're driving through Fairfield. There's the mansion house on the left. And you could tell that it's going to be one of those days where you could chew the air, and that there's nothing wrong with chewing the air. There's nothing wrong with that. They say chewing gum burns calories. I'm sure chewing the air does too. Okay, let's see. There's Barbara. How you doing, Barbara? Howdy. Jeff, good morning. Barbara hates the heat. Barbara's a heat hater. Phil says, good morning to you, Phil. Yeah, I know lots of people who hate the heat, and I empathize with them. I mean, I hate the cold, so I know the feeling of every time you step outside, your body just reels in revulsion at what surrounds you. That's the way I am from November till about May, till it finally breaks whenever we get the heat back. I miss the old days of global warming when it gets hot in like April, turns to summer in April, and then you got summer all the way through November, and short winters. They're in the 50s, they're mild. I purchased an entire pallet of Aquanet, and I made sure that it has CFCs, and I spray an entire can in the air every morning, hoping to create a hole in the ozone layer just above us so that we can have those winters again. Cold is terrible. Good morning, Nua. 6 questions. Good morning from the surface of the sun. Yeah, it's it's warm. To be sure. When she smiles, she gives everything to me. When she's all alone, she cries. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Charles. You too, Matt. What? You too, Matt. What was I talking about? As long as there's some heat relief, Jeff is okay with it, he says. Just need a good breeze. Good breeze isn't bad. Nice gentle breeze to cool the sweat on your brow. Ain't got no problem with that. It's the still, and that's the funny thing. Winter, windy as all get out. Summer, you're like, please, just one gust of wind and nothing. Just nothing. But I'm not complaining. I think what it is you look around you, there's life, right? The trees are full of life, the grass is full of life, the little critters are running around. We saw 2 groundhogs this morning out in the yard. Major didn't know what to make of them. And 2 groundhogs, a little bunny flitted by. Our lawn is a place that like this little mini herd of deer like to go and hang out. So we come home at night and we park. The headlights shine in the field, and there the deer are. There are the deer. So I like that. There's a smell of different grasses and trees in the air, and hay, fresh cut hay, things like that. And so I'll take. Oh yeah, then you got old fogies riding their bikes on the side of the road. Being healthy, it's good. It's good for you. That ain't happening in the winter. Winter is death. That's why I like summer. Did you ever find the snake? No, Barbara, we did not find the snake. And we had 3 snake traps set. So that tells me that Paige might have seen one of her socks crumpled up, and she thought it was a snake, and then realized it, and then hit it, and then didn't have the nerve to tell us, and made me spend $300 on a snake charmer. Or he died in the walls or something. Or he got out, although the snake charmer said that's not likely. I don't know. He's certainly not doing his job he's young. Yeah, he was a young snake. Sixth question says, I'm excited for Antietam in September. By the way, I couldn't believe it. We raised $1,000 in like 2 hours, in the first 2 hours. And then by, I think it was like 10:30 or something last night, I checked it, and we were up to 1,500, almost 16, for the fundraiser. So that's good. I think it's a total of 12 people. And like we said in the promo, we need 25 to make it go off. So all of you who bought tickets, really pressure other people. Share the link often and with an endorsement. And pressure people, shame people into coming. Use words like freeloaders, things like that. And, time to give back type of stuff. And, It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun time. On Sunday, we're going to go down to Shepherdstown, and we're going to shoot a little promo from the Schindler House. There's a blood stain on the floor, as you know from the promo, and we're going to show you the blood stain. We're going to show you the blood stain. You get to see it on the tour, and so on and so forth, and whatnot, etc. So, yeah, thank you to everybody that has gotten themselves some tickets there. The image of you purchasing Aquanet at the store is objectively hilarious. Well, I had to order it online from China because they haven't banned CFCs over there. So their Aquanet is still the old aerosol, And I don't even think, is Aquanet even a thing anymore? I just remember as a little kid, Aquanet was like the scapegoat product for the ozone. Remember when there was a hole in the ozone layer? We had to be afraid of that. And Aquanet and styrofoam were the culprits. Like every time I break a piece of styrofoam, I'm putting a hole in the ozone layer. The evilness of teaching little kids that shit. And no wonder they're all insane now. How dare you teach somebody that bullshit? Jeff says, coming up next on AG Today, Matt tells us how the groundhogs are causing havoc digging a hole. Yeah, well, I'm going to buy a 22. Those groundhogs aren't lasting very long. Years ago, my friend had a farm, and the groundhogs were causing a lot of problem under the tractor shed. And so we got out our rifles and spent a lazy Saturday and Sunday waiting. And the rifle I had was So Winchester shoots .45 Colt, and did the job. But just did the job. So I don't know if I would use it. Well, maybe I'd use a 22. Who knows? But as of now, they're okay. This is the first time we've seen them. Now, I am actually way early today because I want to go to the studio and grab the camera and get some shots of the seminary for the seminary videos. And, oh, shit, I meant to go there. Well, I guess we're going to turn around over here, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I'm getting shots of the seminary. So I just wanted to come in early. And I'm earlier than I thought I was. So we've got some time to give you here. Cinema Under the Stars the other night, Saturday night, was out here. It was, I had to be at least 100 people there. And that was very nice. We watched 12 Angry Men. I left early because I was getting eaten alive by some type of bugs. I don't think it was mosquitoes. And so, I left a little early, but about halfway through. I had never seen that movie before, but I really didn't want to go, but I also was going insane with the bugs. So I left. I'll watch the rest of it later, but that's a good movie. So many things in that movie were really good. Of course, Henry Fonda being the best part of it. But the way it's shot, and I don't know, I thought it was really nice. Really nicely done. And I like the idea of the holdout, the one guy, Hank Fonda, is like, no, not guilty. And then one by one, I don't know how it ends, but I'm going to guess it ends with him being found not guilty. But I don't know. Don't run the wrong way, ladies. They are just waiting and asking for bad knees. Enjoy your knee replacement, ladies. That's why I say don't exercise, folks. Everybody I know that's had a heart attack, they had it while they were exercising. Kevin says, I doubt it's legal to use firearms in your development. Yeah, probably. Most likely. Wonder Monkey said, my wife just ran over a groundhog in her car over the weekend. Congratulations to her. I did that once, and it is quite a bump. You don't, you flatten it, but there's a bump in the process. And it makes you go, ugh. Jeff says, 12 Angry Men is such a classic, great portrayal of the duties of being on a jury and keeping an open mind. Yeah, well, it's, I was watching it and I was thinking I was putting myself in the kid's shoes. I'm like, this kid, and this is what these grown-ups are saying in the deliberations. It's like they say that our system is the best in the world, and that's terrifying for the rest of the world, but also for us. I don't know. I've seen enough stories of corrupt judges to trust a judge instead of a jury. I don't even know if I get that option here in Pennsylvania. I don't know how that all works. I hope I never learn. But I also don't know if I trust 12 of my peers. I think I would just say to the judge, Your Honor, whatever you accuse me of, I'm telling you I didn't do it, but rather than go through the shame and the humiliation and the sadness of being wrongfully convicted by 12 boobs, just shoot me now. Let the sheriff take me outside in the parking lot. I'll stand on the edge of the dumpster and he can shoot me in the back of the head and I'll fall right in. And there you go, just leave it. But I think I would rather have that fate than to go through this system, which I have lost complete faith in. And the judge will say, well, Mr. Callery, that's not legal. That's not how we do things. You need due process. And I was like, screw your due process. I would rather die than go through that. And he'd be like, all right, Mr. Callery, well, it's your life. I said, my body, my choice. And he's like, yeah, no, I got it. Okay. We're going to pop you in the back of the head outside. Thank you, Your Honor. May I address the courtroom, please? My family? And I turn around and I say, y'all, sorry, but thanks. And then I go. There was a later remake with people like Tony Danza and James Gandolfini. It's not as good. Yeah. What remakes were good? Let's see. Cape Fear wasn't bad. Right? Nick Nolte, Jessica Lange, Robert De Niro. Not bad, but the original was good. That's a classic. You don't need to really change that one there. But still good. What else? There were other remakes that were good, I'm sure. But for the most part, they're not good. Judge will say, but sir, it's just a parking violation. No need for the dramatics. Oh, there's a deer. There's a deer running. See him? He's gonna come running across the road right now. Go ahead, buddy. There you go. There you go. Nature. Morning, Rich. Man. 7:44 and 80 degrees, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jeopardy. Okay. I'm going to turn left on Pumping Station Road. Gee, I wish the battlefield was more extensive, but also I wish there were spots that didn't have cell phone death sections so that I could take you elsewhere. I'm sorry to keep driving over the same routes, but there's not many places I could go. The only remake I like is Mutiny on the Bounty. The 62 Brando version beats the 1931 or 35 one with Gable, I think. So you're talking about the Brando remake, not the Mel Gibson remake. What are your thoughts on Gettysburg Bike Week? Trying to figure out if I could sneak down there for a day or two. No, for it? Okay, so if you want to come for it, you're going to have a great time. There's a lot of events going on, in the area, a lot of swingers. STDs, things like that. And so it's fun, you know. So you can come down, do that stuff. What do I think of it personally? I think it's good for the economy, for sure. It is absolutely a fucking nightmare for everybody else. Out here on the battlefield, I tell this to people all the time. If you're not a biker, don't come here during bike week. If you're planning your first trip to Gettysburg, make sure you check for bike week. Luckily, July isn't the busy month anymore where everybody's trying to come here. So maybe you won't run into this problem as much. But, you know, in the olden days, I remember one time we made the mistake of not knowing what to look for. And we came during a bike week before I moved here. And it was a friggin' nightmare. So if you live here, a lot of people who live here leave. Now, I, praise the Lord, live about 8 miles out of town now and up on a mountain. And so it's pretty quiet up there. But those who live on the valley floor in and around town complain of constant headaches, vomiting cats, and other such things. It's just, here's the thing. Okay, if you're out on the battlefield, you're trying to battlefield it, and then you can't hear yourself think because 30 Harleys drive by, each one of them blasting a different type of intolerable music, either Skynyrd or some shitty rap or that country rap. What is that stuff? Crap, they call it. It's country and rap mixed together. It's the worst. You know, that type of crap. But you can't, it all just sounds like noise because it's 30 bikers blasting their own music on top of the bike sound. So you have to stop whatever you're doing and wait for them to pass so you could speak again or hear the person who's speaking. In town, they rattle the windows. You know, you can't get any sleep. It's like, I remember one time, it was a particularly busy bike week. A lot of people here. I think it might have been like their record-breaking year or something like that. But no matter where you stood in town, you remember the cicadas, and like everywhere you went, it was just this background symphony of cicadas. Well, that's kind of what it was like, but it was almost like a swarm of bees. Like you're in 360-degree hearing, and every direction you hear at varying distances the sound of a posse of bikers driving this way, driving that way. They're half a mile away, they're a mile away, but you can hear them and it echoes through the town. So those are my personal beliefs, or not beliefs, but thoughts on Bike Week. But don't forget, I started off with it's good for the economy. So anything that's good for the economy here, I'm pretty much for, no matter how much it annoys me. So, yeah. Because, you know, and this is the thing for the people who bitch about it. Go on vacation. Use that as an excuse to go on vacation. Because here's the thing. You want things that are good for the economy, because then you have an argument when they try to raise your taxes. And you say, no, we got all this stuff here. You know, why don't you, the revenue that you're getting off of that, you know, whatever. But if you kill everything because you have a headache or your cat pukes, I'm sorry, folks, then you leave everybody with nothing. All right, let's see now. Bike Week is controversial, so she doesn't like Barbara doesn't like the Mel Gibson one. All right, okay, all right. Inherit the Wind, never saw that. All right, so Bike Week here. It's 66 degrees at night here in the middle of winter. Oh yeah, you're in winter. 66 degrees, but that's not Fahrenheit, so it's not real temperature. What? Cracker Golf says, gonna be in Gettysburg next week, never been there before. Ah, well, you are in for a treat. Make sure, Cracker Golf, make sure that if you do nothing else, the one thing you must do is hire out a licensed battlefield guide. If you listen to our show, I don't recognize names, so I don't know if you're new or not, or if you're just commenting for the first time, but if you listen to our show, you'll hear a parade of guides. And if there's anyone that you particularly think you'd want to take a tour with, let me know, and we can try to put you in touch. It's a very busy time of year. It's short notice, so good luck with that, but we can try. Paul says bike week can be fun. I think it can be, sure. I used to love it when I was a kid. Like, when I first moved here, I was 27. I thought it was exciting. I liked all the noise. You know, you're 27. You're raucous. You like noise. Play music loud. Well, I still do that, but you know, you like things that are loud, right? You like things that are disruptive, or at least I did. But now I'm old and crotchety. That was 20 years ago. God damn it! Ugh, can't believe that. And you know, I want my peace and quiet. So, but I'm sure it's fun if you're a biker and you're into that. Then I think you'll have a good time. I know you'll have a good time. I see the smiles on everybody's faces and the shiners on their eyes. Grant says the remake of Inherit the Wind reunites Lemmon and Scott. Jack Lemmon and George C. Scott from the 12 Angry Men remake. Jeffrey, it's good. George C. Scott's not in 12 Angry Men. Or is that Walter Scott we're talking about? Or, oh, who's the other Scott? Damn it. Paul says, I was living in town when they had the very first bike week. It was willed. Jeff says, Grant, I think the Lemmon and Scott version is my favorite. Michael, hello. Evan says, I don't like that version either, Barbara. How have you been? I like that version because I think they show the natives, you know. Paul says, Cracker Golf said, already got an LBG booked for the 2nd. Love your show, brother. Okay, cool, great, thank you. I'm glad you got your. Do you know who the guide is, or did you just go with luck of the draw? Paul says, amazing sunset from Little Round Top. Restaurants will be busy, so plan ahead. Yeah, great advice there, Paul. Little Round Top is a great place to observe the sunset from. Also, I would say the Angle, Benner's Hill, or the Peace Light. I would also say, I second Paul's advice about restaurants. Okay, everybody wants to go to the Dobbin House. It's wonderful. You're going to spend 45 minutes to an hour and 45 minutes, maybe longer, waiting for a table there, just because it's popular. They are by far the most popular restaurant in town. They are always the busiest. Anywhere you go, you're going to have a wait. What I recommend, now some people, I don't care, I'm in Gettysburg, I'm here, I'll wait, you know, it's okay, we'll wait. You know, when I'm hungry, I got to eat. I can't be standing there waiting for a table, and then I got to wait how much longer for the food. No, sir. No, sir. This belly cannot shrink. So, I got to eat. Now, and also, I live here. I was a tourist here for many years. Now I live here. And I've had my fill of most of the restaurants. To me, you go to them all, eventually they all taste the same. And so take that into account with this advice. But I would highly recommend that you go out of town for your dinners. There are great places in Hanover. There's a great place down in Emmitsburg called the Carriage House. There's also the Ott House. There's... let's see, out in Fairfield, you have Taverna, which is really good. Get their chicken tenders. They're the best you'll ever have, by the way. And there's a place called the Eagle and the Owl. There's the Mansion House in Fairfield, which we're going to be shooting some videos there, and they'll be coming out over the winter. And I think you'll like the aesthetic of it, and I think you'll want to, check it out. So there's a lot of places out of town that would love your business. Not that the ones in town wouldn't love your business. I'm not saying don't go to the ones in town, but I'm saying if you're like me and you're impatient and you can't do a 45-minute wait, and the whole time you're standing there in line during this 45, tell me if this happens to you, during this 45-minute wait, you're standing there in line and you're like, I can't believe these people don't know who I am yet, right? And it's like, why am I waiting in line with the riffraff? So if that's you, then go to these other places. There might be like a 15 or a 20-minute wait, but there's not going to be a 45-minute to a 2-hour wait at some of those places out of town. And you're going to be very satisfied with them. They're very good. The Carriage House in Emmitsburg, the Mansion House, and Taverna are my top 3 of those that I named. Also in Tawnytown, there's a good restaurant called Cinco de Mayo. And also there's Montezuma's here in Gettysburg, which is off the tourist trap path. And I don't notice it being as busy as the other ones. It's busy, but it's not like a long wait. So great advice, Paul. Oh, Richard Goodcoop, he's good. Yeah. Oh, you'll enjoy your tour. I haven't had him on the show yet, but he did a winter lecture last year, and he was really good. I would like to have him on the show, actually. I should contact him. Jeffrey says, there's an idea, a parade of licensed battlefield guides, both battlefield and town. They can create themed floats and whatnot. Oh, God, if only that humor prevailed in that crowd. That would be amazing. That would be fantastic. Lachlan Jackson said, 162 years later, and the people of Gettysburg are still complaining about the noise. It's true. The most put upon population of Americans is Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and has been since July 26, 1862, or 63, excuse me. Grant says, thanks for all the content in the last week or so. Only just catching up tonight. The AG today had so many great moments, and I'm only halfway through. I was driving for work when it was live. What did we put out in the last week or so? We had the birthday ambush, and what else? Scott Hartwig. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Scott Hartwig. And there's a lot more coming. Obviously, we've got the anniversary shows. We have. Now, this was a Patreon episode, several months back, and I thought it would be pertinent to put it out for free now because we're getting into the anniversary, and it's something that people are really interested in. That is the general staff of Lee and Mead, and I know I was surprised that the preview for that, which is only 15 minutes of the show, got a huge amount of views and listens, and I normally they don't, because they're 15 minutes. People see their previews, they ignore them, but this one did, and I was like, oh, too bad I don't do these Patreon episodes for free, because that would have done well. Now, of course, I'll put it out and nobody will care, but it's with Doug Dowds, and it's very well done. So Doug is fantastic, and somehow I get a good performance out of him, I guess. I don't know. So we got that coming out. We're going to have some Ask a Guides coming out in July. I have to edit those still, though. Those are pre-recorded. They're going to come out on Wednesdays, and I'm skipping a week because I don't have enough time to get everything ready by July 1st. It's due on July 1st, but you're going to have so many other things that you can just kiss my tuchus. And then, what was the other thing? Oh, I meant to go to one more. Oh, Aaron Brainerd Jerome with Cody Aish is coming out on the 30th. And we got a lot of stuff for you to consume as you travel to Gettysburg, while you're in Gettysburg, or while you're sitting at home wishing you were in Gettysburg. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of content floating around online, and that's that. That is that. All right, now let me see here. Let me see. Certainly concerned about discomfort. It's in the 90s here, too. 300 miles north of Gettysburg. Seinfeld 4. His name is Richard Goodcube. Cartwright. I'm Cartwright. Okay, I'm lost here. Okay, that's a Seinfeld thing. I'm the riffraff. Wonder Monkey. You're the riffraff? Wonder Monkey. Seasons on Netflix. The Pub in the Cellar. Oh, yeah, that's a good one too, Paul. The Pub down at Federal Point. It's in the basement of the building. It's really good. Okay. What have I got coming up this week? Nothing this week. I'm editing this week. I'm down to the wire. I need a second set of eyes who can look at the things that I've edited and find mistakes for me to fix. I don't have the time to sit through them, but I might have to. What have you got coming? Have a good day at work. All right, very good. All right, well, so I'm going to go. I think I'm getting an iced coffee today because it is way too hot for coffee. Everybody, you have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Oh, God. Allergies are acting up. And patrons, I'll do a live stream because I need to body double today. So you have a great day, everybody. Stay cool. Oh, Ty Webb secured a spot for the Antietam tour yesterday. Thank you very much, Ty.